Hi everyone, my name is Flors and I'm an optometrist and a researcher at Aston University with an interest in vision in children and adults with special educational needs and in particular in children and adults with Down syndrome. Nicola has asked me to talk to you today about eye movements in Down syndrome, and I have to say that eye movements are quite a complex part of vision, but I'm going to try my best to explain to you everything I know about eye movements, and hopefully this is going to be useful. So the first question here is, why are eye movements important? So good eye movement and good eye movement control allows us to have the best vision of an object that we want to look at, that we are interested in. For example, if I have this minion here to my side, for me to look at this minion, my eyes will have first to move together in synchrony to fixate to look directly at that minion. And now, in addition to this, my eyes will need to keep still to make sure that I can see this minion very clear by maintaining the minion in the center of my vision. Now, there is another type of eye movement that actually allows us to track moving objects. So if I move this minion side to side, I'm able to track the movement of the minion using my eyes. Hopefully you have been able to see that in the video. Now, this is a very simplistic approach to eye movement, as you can imagine, because we very rarely do eye movements in isolation to follow a moving object or to fixate at a single object that we are interested. But actually, our eyes are constantly moving to explore the world around us and to allow us a better navigation, if you wish, and a better performance in our day-to-day activities. This video shows how my eyes move when I'm presented with a picture of a busy road. My eye movements here were recorded and the results were superimposed back to the picture so we can see the different places where my eyes looked at and therefore the different objects that I looked at while I was presented with this picture. If we look at this first dot here, that is the purple dot between the black and the blue car. This represents the position where my eyes were when I was first presented with this picture. And now in a moment you're going to see new purple dots that appear on this picture in different parts of the picture, and these indicate and show where my eyes moved to and the different parts of the picture that I looked at. So here there are these dots appearing on the screen, and as you can see, my eyes moved to different items in that picture, including the cars, the people and the buildings at either side of the road. So you have just been able to see now how good eye movements are, or how good eye movement control is in an adult. But we need to take into account that eye movements in children, and especially eye movements in young children, are not always as good as eye movements in adults. And there are certain types of eye movements that actually develop quite a lot during childhood. Now, this takes us to the next point, which we are going to talk in this video. So how do eye movements develop? We know that eye movements and eye movement control in babies and infants, both with and without Down syndrome, is not very good. In fact, it is quite poor. So there are different types of eye movements that allow us to move our eyes in different ways. We have those eye movements that allow us to track moving objects. We have those eye movements that allow us to direct our eyes into an object of interest that we want to look at, and we have those eye movements that are responsible to maintain our eyes still and therefore see an object of interest as clear as possible by maintaining that object in the center of vision. Now these last two, the two types of eye movements